This video is brought to you by HonorFirst.com, a nonprofit organization. I'm Clifford Gill, a retired assistant chief and one of its officers. It is important to know the immigration service hierarchy of the 1920s to understand the early rank insignia of the Border Patrol. The Border Patrol was created in 1924 under the Department of Labor, becoming part of the Bureau of Immigration. The Bureau, also called the Immigration Service, was led by the Commissioner General. The Immigration Service divided the United States into 35 immigration districts. Each district was led by a district director or a commissioner of immigration, dependent upon a district's personnel and workload. Most districts were divided into 3 to 5 sub-districts, which were led by immigrant inspectors who were designated as patrol inspectors in charge. In 1924, 11 districts and their 32 sub-districts were located along the international boundaries with Canada and Mexico and received new Border Patrol employees. Throughout the decades, the sub-districts would evolve to become the modern-day U.S. Border Patrol sectors. Therefore, the patrol began with 32 sectors. On December 11, 1924, the Bureau of Immigration approved the patrol's first uniform policy, General Order 42. At the time, the patrol had only two positions: patrol inspectors and immigrant inspectors, who were designated as patrol inspectors in charge. Patrol inspectors in charge supervised the Border Patrol personnel within the sub-districts. Patrol inspectors in charge would be considered chief patrol agents today. Neither position had rank insignia, but hat insignia, collar discs, shoulder ornaments, and buttons for patrol inspectors were silver, and those items were gold for patrol inspectors in charge. General Order 42 was a very short 4-page document and was modified with at least 10 amendments. Amendments 6 through 10 have been located. The sixth supplement to General Order 42, dated April 4, 1928, contains the earliest Border Patrol rank and time in service insignia that have been located. Furthermore, based on a report written by Supervisor of the Border Patrol Rule Davenport, the USBP had no rank insignia as of October 1927. Therefore, it is reasonable to conclude that pictures containing rank insignia before the sixth supplement to General Order 42 were unofficial, local insignia. This is the case with an early picture of Frank M. McMahon, who was first patrol inspector in charge of the Escondido Subdistrict in 1924 and later became the chief patrol inspector of the San Diego Subdistrict in 1926. There is also a photograph of another patrol inspector wearing the same or similar insignia, also thought to be from Southern California. On March 18, 1926, General Order 61 was signed and came into effect on April 1, 1926. General Order 61 restructured the Border Patrol, creating 3 additional positions and renaming one. It created the position of Supervisor, Border Patrol, which is the equivalent of today's Chief of the Border Patrol. It created the position of Assistant Superintendent, the highest uniformed rank, which supervised all Border Patrol employees within a district and reported to the district head. It renamed immigrant inspectors, who had been designated as patrol inspectors in charge, to chief patrol inspectors, and it created the position of Senior Patrol Inspector, which was a supervisory position. The sixth supplement to General Order 42, dated April 4, 1928, contains the earliest known Border Patrol rank and time in service insignia. It shows 2 images. The first, being displayed now, illustrates how all insignia were worn on the left sleeve of the uniform blouse. Today's equivalent is the Ike jacket. Rank appeared on the blue cuff facing 1 silver bar for a senior patrol inspector, 1 gold bar for a chief patrol inspector, and 2 gold bars for an assistant superintendent, spaced 3/8 of an inch apart. Just above the cuff point sat the time and service marks. 2 years earned a single bar, 4 years earned 2, and at 5 years those bars were replaced with a half-inch star. Every additional 5 years added another star, spaced half an inch apart. Gold for chiefs and above, silver for inspectors. A clear, elegant system that recorded a career on a single sleeve. The supplement also included a second image, this time showing how rank appeared on the uniform overcoat, the predecessor to what we'd now call the dress overcoat, though that garment is no longer authorized for wear. Instead of bullion bars, the overcoat used black tubular mohair braids shaped into distinctive loops above the blue cuff facing, A senior patrol inspector wore a single loop 3 inches tall and just under 2 inches wide. A chief patrol inspector had two loops, the second placed a quarter inch above the first. An assistant superintendent wore three, each nested neatly inside the next, with the braid edges sewn cleanly into the sleeve seams. It created a bold, unmistakable pattern, a unique expression of rank found only on the early Border Patrol overcoat. These early insignia trace the visual history of a young border patrol. Bars marked the first years of service, stars reflected experience gained, and silver or gold revealed the authority carried by each inspector. As these images cycle, notice how small changes signaled major milestones, a simple system that recorded a career with just a glance at a sleeve. On September 10, 1931, the Border Patrol approved its second uniform policy, General Order 179. It carried forward all the changes to General Order 42, and the sleeve insignia you've seen remained in use until 1940. In 1940, when the Border Patrol and the Immigration and Naturalization Service were transferred out of the Department of Labor, those early rank markings disappeared. For the next 40 years, from 1940 to 1980, the patrol had no formal rank insignia at all. An inspector's rank was suggested only by the color of the metal shoulder ornaments, oxidized for the lower ranks, silver for the mid-levels, and gold for the highest ranks. That system remained until 1980, when the Border Patrol adopted the military-style collar insignia still recognized today, aligning its GS grades with familiar military pay structures and bringing rank back to the uniform in a modern form. HonorFirst.com gratefully acknowledges the Border Patrol Museum and historian Joseph Banco. Their historical materials and our long-standing partnership continue to enrich our shared efforts to preserve the proud legacy of the U.S. Border Patrol.